What happens when you have a main hero image on Amazon that's been doing well, but with the creeping competition and lots of changes, you got to jazz it up. You need it to get more clicks and convert more. What do you do? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can iterate multiple different times on a main hero image in a couple different ways, but then test it with PickFu to understand that's what your audience is looking for, and that's the one you should be rolling out with. So if that's what you're looking for, you're going to want to stay tuned and watch the rest of this. All right, so we have Nutramax Laboratories Cosequin. I don't really know what it is. It just came up on Amazon. Something for joint health for a dog. Cool. Now, this product is crushing it. They're doing 40,000 units per month, probably more, according to Jungle Scout. So it's about a $2.5 million a month product listing. Now, is it doing best practices according to Amazon in 2024 with the current state of affairs with other sellers? No. Let's see if we can fix that. What is missing from this main hero image? Well, what's missing is a couple different things. One, I need to see the physical product outside the packaging. You need to see that. There's a lot of dead pixel space around here, but for this one, I probably wouldn't do flavor or scent profiles because this one doesn't really have a flavor or scent or a real ingredient that, glucosamine or all these other kind of things. I don't think it's a natural product that I can show. I will say that. So they did change the branding over here. I'm just looking to see if there's an additional element or ingredient that I can add. Okay, yeah, see, these are not things that really come across visually. It says Cosequin, but it doesn't say the milligrams. So that's something that's interesting. So it does have 600 milligrams of that. So that might be something that we'd want to call out to see, to show people. That's two. One would be the actual product outside. Even though it's on here, we want to take up some more breathing room with that. Two would be the 600 milligrams. Is this made in the US? I don't know. And if people have to wonder, so as I was scrolling down, you see competition, made in the US, made in the US. You see how everyone's doing this kind of stuff. So we have to keep up with the Joneses, but we want to make sure it's done right. I'm not seeing if it's manufactured in the US. Country of origin, US. Okay, perfect. So we can say made in the USA, and we want to say that. So 3 would be made in the USA. And then how many of these, what's the dosage? Okay, perfect. So it's not a clear dosage, meaning that it varies depending on initial intake and the weight of the dog. So we can't say 132 is good for 3 months, anything like that. But we want to put something up here in the dead pixel space to make it a little bit more compelling. So what else can we put? Artificial flavors. We don't want to put silicon dioxide. Veterinarian. I said veteran. Oh boy. Let's see here. We need another value prop to put here. I don't like when people say high quality ingredients. Just tell me the ingredients, but we're not doing a review. Okay, so number one veterinarian recommended brand. We already say that. Look for something else we can do. So we could just do like a dog, right? So we could put the dog over there. Let's do that for dogs of all sizes. So dogs of all sizes, that's interesting because I'd want to put a dog that's really small and really big. Cool. So I've done my due diligence to know what we're going to do. Now what we're going to do is going to hop over to Canva and we're going to start working on some iterations. So let's grab the original one over here. Make this larger, put that in the center. Perfect. We're going to drop the background. So you click on edit, background remover, and it's just going to drop the white background. So it's just the bottle. Perfect. So we have our original. So now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it. Now we're working on our first iteration. So what we want to do is go back to the listing and bring in the product itself, which they don't show in the rest of the listing, which is a little bit of a miss. So you can see how the rest of the competitors out there show it outside the packaging. Now I am not able to get an asset of the specific product, unfortunately, but I'm going to probably, it's like a speckled green tablet. So In a perfect world, I would have that asset, but I don't have it right now. So what I'm going to do is to do a mock-up version of it. You would only want to do this with your actual product. That's why it's super important to do this with your own asset, but we're not going to waste time with this. What we're going to do is we're just going to grab this one and remove the background. And we're just going to go with it for this test purpose. So you can see here, now we're showing the tablet outside. And there's a reason why you want to, even though you can't see anything over here, you want to bring this as close as possible for moving around and centering and not layering on top of other layers. Perfect. Now you can go in here and play with like the filters to make it look a little bit more brown and speckled. It's not really working. That's the best we're gonna get right now. Okay, cool. So let's take this over here, put this right here like this. Now we're showing the product outside. Now I want to do another iteration and I want to change only one other element. I'll show you why this is important in a second. So I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate this. Perfect. So now we have our original. We have the original with the tablet on the outside. Okay. Now we're going to add another element over here. So we're going to do made in the US. So we're going to go graphics for that. So made in USA. I like this one, but you can do whatever suits you. And I want to put this down here. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll put it right in the middle of the bottle. Okay, so now I have made in the USA. Now I don't want to leave it like that because with post edits you want to make it look as natural as possible. So drill down the transparency to like 80-ish. So it looks kind of sort of like it's on there already. So now we have original with the tablet made in the USA. Now I don't want to have too many variations, so I'm going to start to layer them up on a couple different things. So what I'll do is, remember, I want to add 600 milligrams of the glucosamine. I believe that's what it was, because everyone was talking about glucosamine. So 600 milligrams. So I want to talk about that. And I want to add an animal, right? So let's do one more of this. So we have made in the US, this could. So now what we're going to do is add some text and make sure this is on brand for your font, all that kind of good stuff. We'll just use the PickFu brand right now. And then we're going to, I can't spell glucosamine. Glucosamine. 600 milligrams glucosamine. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the top of the bottle. So I don't want to just put it as is. I want to keep it on brand, and we're going to do some fun stuff. So hit effects. I'm going to go down to this over here for the background, and then in effects down here for the colorway. I want to grab a color from inside here. So I want that color, but I want the font to be white. See what we're doing here? Okay, cool. With the effects, I don't want the spread to be too much, which is how much it's going around. I like that. And I don't want it to be round. So now we're at that. Actually, maybe a little bit round. Yep. So now we're going to the top, the cap over here. We're going to bring it down so it's like this. Bring it to the center. So you see what we're doing here? But now that's not good enough. So we're going to hit another effect. Move myself up over there. Curve. See, now it's going to be curved, and you can balance the curve. So this or this. So if the bottle is round, it'd be going this way. So now bring that up a little bit. See what we're doing? I think it's taking up a little too much space, so I'll dial it down like that. So perfect. Now we're saying 600 milligrams of glucosamine. So that's too bright, so we want to make it look as natural as possible. So drill down the transparency just a tad. So now original with tablet, original tablet made in the USA, original tablet made in the USA, glucosamine. We'll do one more, okay? And we're going to add 2 dogs. So we're going to go to photo. We're going to say, even though there's a dog on here now, I just want to get some more real estate taken up, but I want the dog to look happy. This guy's cute. So I want to flip it horizontally. So he's coming across over here, and then layer backwards, 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 backwards. Okay, cool. And the other thing I want to do is I want to do one more. I know you're probably like, John's too much. I want to do one more with a different color dog because I want to get the inside on that. So I'll duplicate this, remove this guy, and I'll say black dog. Because we have a dog that's like a golden color, I want to get people that have darker colored dogs in on the fun too. So let's take this guy, draw out the background. Cool. So let's send Rover to the back, to the back. I don't like how it's taking up a lot of room with everything on one side. So I'm going to test this on this side and see to balance that out. Just curious, right? Because remember, we have this one over here and we have this one over here. So now we have our original and we have 5 different variations. So we're going to go over here. We're going to download all of them, and we'll save that as, what was the brand? Nutramax? Nutramax Images. Okay. That's saved. Now we're going to head over to PickFu and do some fun. All right, we're in PickFu and we're creating a poll. What kind of poll do we want to do? We want to do comparison. We're not doing open-ended or anything like that. We're comparing different options. So I'm going to click on this one right here. And before we get into the photos, we're going to do our question. So I always like to run with the recommended one and then build off of that. So if you were shopping on Amazon for supplements for your dog, which main image would compel you to purchase the most and why? Giving some context over there. So now I'm going to go down to the images and we can just drag and drop those. And there you go. So we have all 6 of our variations over here. Don't worry about the order. They're going to mix them up when they go to our panelists and respondents. So we're going to go down here to section 2. Section 2 is where you're picking your sample size. So we'll pick 30 people because we have some options over here. So you can do 15 all the way to 500. We're going to pick 30. Between 15 and 30 is good for like everyday testing and popular stuff. Respondent country, we're in the US, so we're doing that. Random or targeted. So we don't want to do random because random's going to go to people that aren't dog owners, that don't, well, have dogs or don't shop on Amazon. So we really want to target it specifically to who we want the feedback from. So you're going to click on target audience, and then we're going to have our traits come over here. Now there's some recommended traits based on how you use your portal, but we're going to go over here. So we're going to say Amazon. I want to see Amazon Prime member. Yes. Okay. Then we're going to go to pet, and we're going to go down to pet owner, and we're going to say dog. So right now it's for all Amazon Prime members that are dog owners. That's where I'm going to stop. You can always go further if you're more of a premium price and it's pricier than the rest of the competition, and you want to just really put it in front of those people that are affording it. You can go by income and make sure to target a higher income. But for this example, we're just going to do Amazon Prime members and pet owners. And so you can see here we have these done demographic questions, right? Clarify for demographics. We don't need to do that. Poll is ready to start. Click to preview. So this is what's going to happen. They're going to get, if you were shopping, which would you prefer? And they're going to look at the images. They're going to see this one, see that one, and they're going to rank them in order of which ones they would prefer most. So they're going to have to say, I like B as my top option, then C, then A, then blah, blah, blah. So you're going to be able to get all that feedback. So let's go to checkout, and that's it. You hit continue right here, and then the poll is automatically going to start running, and you're starting to collect data. So you can see here, as you're waiting for the poll results to come in, you'll see 17 responses already, and you can kind of load that as you're waiting for it. So let's take a look down here. Wow. Actually really interesting that I did this. So I thought this dog was going to be kind of the winner, but you can see that So far, no one picked just the bottle with the pills. Two people did pick the best one is just the bottle by itself. Two people picked the bottle with the flag. Two people bottle flag glucosamine, but more folks are resonating with everything. But the most are going with the black dog, which is cool to see because I kind of felt like the dog was a little bit older and the balance being off. But you can go down here and see why. So two responses to option B, option C, they're the ones that put that first. So option F is what we're looking at. Why do they put it first? I like the extra dog, but the lighter one looked meaner, so I didn't like that one too much. Oh, so she's talking about this guy looked meaner. Maybe. Poor guy. I like F. I think the dog adds something to it and makes it look more friendly and safe. I do buy this product for my dog. I would buy this because I like the photo of the dog and that I can see the pills. Very easy choice. I have a dog that looks like this, so easy choice to do it. I like seeing the dog in the image. I like seeing the pill too. Would catch my attention. The image of the dog would cause me to imagine and picture my dog. The ones with the Made in America label and real dogs in it after more appealing. What a good boy. Seeing the dog on the label is enjoyable, and that would be my response while I grab it off the shelf to buy it. I like the one seeing the actual dogs. It seems more real. So she had chose F and then E. So you can see all these guys picked F, E, F, E, F being one, E being second. So this was their first choice. This was their second choice. So not a lot of folks wanted just the pill or just no one's even calling out the glucosamine. But let's take a look for option D, right? Option D. Who chose option D first? Clear Made in the USA label wins, and the dogs in the other images look afraid of the pills. They look afraid. I mean, it's a fair statement. It's fair feedback. I think the bottle without the dog is best. I also think that information that is present on D makes it most comfortable when making the purchase. The separator was the text on the bottle. I like that in D a lot. So D had the text on the bottle over here. People like that. So we got some more feedback over here. Let's see. All right, so we got one for this. That's great. But it's a home run for our boy over here. And it's really interesting. And now the thing is, Nutramax would not know this if they didn't run a PickFu. They're crushing it. They're crushing it doing this. They don't really have to. They're doing multi-millions per month just on this listing. But how much more could they be making if their main hero image was really optimized? That's the question, right? And you would never know which way to do it, right, without running a PickFu. Because you might think, oh, let's stop here or let's stop here. So remember when we went back to the Canva process, we're building out different things over here. So at any point in this process, I could have stopped and said, that's good, that's good, that's good. But I did multiple versions of it because I wanted to see. And that's what PickFu is giving you. It's giving you that insight. So we're almost done here. It's only been less than 10 minutes. It's phenomenal. So I don't have to keep on waiting. I know that this is the best option for me to run with. Now, what I would do is I would take this, if I was Nutramax, I would then either go live with it, right? Or I would then put it into a manager experiments. So Amazon's experiments where they're doing internal A/B testing, but it's clear. I mean, 3 to 14, specifically over here between these two, this is the winner. And you have all the data down here, which is good because if I go to demographic reports, now I can see, okay, who is the age range of the respondents and which one did they pick? As when they say the number here or the letter here, this is the one they picked number one. So you can see the bulk of it came from 35 to 44-year-olds. And they didn't pick it as much. Their winner was option B, was this one, which is interesting, right? Is that your avatar? Is your avatar the 35 to 44-year-old? But you can see the older demographic, who probably has an older dog, is leaning towards option F. It's interesting. I mean, Prime member, it's all Prime members, but you can also see like that kind of stuff. Education level, male or female. So more men than women. So more women chose option F than men. So if your avatar is more women, this is clear, right? More men picked F, obviously, but the runner-up was going to be D, and D was this one over here, just no dogs. And then income. Income is a cool one too. So income, 4 people made 0 to 35K. Half and half split between 35 to 75 and 75 to 100. Almost pretty even for that kind of stuff. But it's interesting to see, what income chooses which option. And then this one's kind of fun. This is pet owner. So they're all dog owners, but also who owns a cat. So dog owners that have a cat, dog owners that have a bird, dog owners that have a horse. So it's interesting to see that too, because it's like, oh, okay. Most people that you could just say they're all going to be dog owners no matter what, but dog owners with fish liked it evenly, or dog owners with, and so it's interesting to see that. And then you also have race or ethnicity and stuff like that. But this is the definitive way to really understand how you can make more money on Amazon with your main hero image. So all you need is a couple minutes with Canva, a couple minutes with PickFu to make a lot more money in your pocket. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below if this was helpful. Feel free to share it with a friend, tag them, do all that kind of fun stuff. And we will see you guys next time.